Hello, this is Thomas Decker, and this is my presentation. I'll be recording this and showing you more or less what I would be doing with the class. This is a little bit rough, so I apologize. I'm still kind of getting to know the program that I'm using. This is Prezi, which is kind of an interactive PowerPoint. I like it more than PowerPoint, which only does the slides. This is a little bit more animated. So let's get started. Okay, guys, so this is my warning to all of you. We've been talking about research and what you can find on the internet. Well, the flip side of that coin is that I can find you. Have any of you really thought about the fact that you cannot run from what you post on the internet, no matter how small you make it? No matter how deep you have to dig, it's there somewhere. It exists. And as we travel around the world, you're going to realize it travels with you. But I look so cute. Will your employer think so? Or the new person you are dating? Add to it your family, your friends. What if you get married and all of a sudden, 6, 7 years into it, he or she happens to notice your pictures from that spring break where you don't really remember what happened? Here are a few examples of people that wish they could bury it. Nicole Crowther. She ruined Glee, a very important episode, when she was an actor in Glee. This was her big break. She was an international actress. Key on was. Alicia and Lynch, dressed up for Halloween as a victim of the Boston bombing. She thought it was funny, topical, interesting. Her employer did not agree. She became widely known for the most unsensitive depiction of a tragedy in decades, and that is not a small thing. And then the creme de la creme, the legend himself, Anthony Weiner, former congressman, turned very, very red when he was caught in a sexting scandal with a number of girls, although he was only caught with one at first. His photos, including, how do I put this delicately? Everything you would expect from a dirty old man, became not only public knowledge, but 24 news cycle worthy. He got caught again later, and then they started comparing body to body of when he was fitter, younger, and when he was older and not as fit. He wishes he could run from what he did to himself. He went from being a rising star of the Democratic Party to a very forgotten and disgraced name. Every one of them would love to not be on the internet. And they will be forever now. You can just type in their name and their picture is the #1 Google search every single time. So I want you to take a moment, look through your Facebook, your Instagram, if you've saved any Snapchats, or anything else along those lines, even TikTok. Look for a minute. Pause for effect. While you're looking, I'm going to keep talking. When you post something on the internet, the entire world is watching you. They are all watching. Are you watching what you put on there? Are you proud of all of it? It's easy to write a wrong answer on a test. You get to erase it. But you put it on the internet and it is forever. You don't want to be the next meme or the next one that gets invited on a talk show so people can point and laugh. There have been a lot of arguments over the right to be forgotten. You'll actually hear that pop up from every once in a while. Digital privacy. The issue is the cloud. The cloud is so large. Each one of those is multiple terabytes of information. A terabyte is 1,000 gigabytes. Your computers that you're looking at Facebook on right now, or Instagram, or Snapchat, or TikTok, or whatever, that computer doesn't have a quarter of what each one of those little ones have. Google doesn't like to release how much material, how much data they actually have for a reason. If they told you, you wouldn't trust them. Doing some math, you can find a rough estimate that they throw out hundreds of terabytes worth of faulty information every year. And all they do is buy and grow more and more and more. It becomes terrifying, the kinds of numbers. It will not be long, at the rate of growth of Google and other companies like it, that eventually we will have more data storage potential in gigabyte form than we as a species have existed on this planet. Consider that. For God's sakes, YouTube has an upload of years per second. All of that information on one website, and it's not even the one you're as worried about. And last but not least, I myself was interested. I went on Google or on Facebook and I downloaded my personal history all the way back to 2008 when I joined. 11 years. Over 4 gigabytes of text. I didn't post videos or photos. I am not a poster. I put in here that I post less than once a week. For the last several years, I've posted less than once a month. And I still created 4 gigabytes of information. Think about what you do, what you say. Going back to our lovely group of people over here, 1, 2, and 3. This was a tweet. This was a Facebook photo. These were only text messages. Think about it. Amazon, Google, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. It says it gets rid of it after a short period of time, but we all know how easy it is to get around those little safety precautions. Each one of these people had a moment. Anthony Weiner did it over months. The other two, it took less hours than you would hope, expect, or think to lose everything that they had going for them. Jobs, opportunities. They became infamous in the worst ways possible by becoming completely tone deaf to everything that they had done. So over the next few days, I want you to work with me a little bit. I want you to look back, and I want you to simply count how many photos you have put in. in Facebook and Instagram. Just those two. If you post multiple times a day, you're going to want to have a calculator handy. And I want you to get a rough figure. Oh, I post about 2 times a day, and I've been there for about 2 years. That's several thousand to maybe 3 times a day on average. Some days I go 5, other days maybe 1 or 2, so pick a number. How often do you post? Just videos. Just a little picture. How many of them are you worried about getting back out to the world? How many of you could become Nicole Crowther or Alicia Ann Lynch? How many of you are going to potentially hurt yourselves by not paying attention to exactly what you're doing?